Hello and welcome to Last Time On. This is the podcast for people who want to watch all this prestige television, but who's got time for all this?
I know I don't.
I'm Xhafer.
And I am Ben.
And today we are going to go over what actually fucking happened in Into the Badlands.
Do you think we'll understand it any better, Xhafer?
I hope, but given I could not find a succinct plot synopsis, I found one where each season got a 8-sentence paragraph.
Ooh.
And we could have read that and been done and had a 5-minute episode. Or what I've opted for is to go through the Wikipedia page where there is a short paragraph about every episode.
All right.
But before we do that, why don't we go over our predictions once more, just to know where we're scoring here.
Okay.
Lincoln, what are you doing up there?
Guessing? I guess no one's coming.
I have seen into the future.
You ruined the prophecy.
And just to remind our listeners, while Ben gets his predictions lined up, we score points, 1 for daytime, 2 for evening, 3 for prime time. These are all predictions we've made at the end of our episodes over the course of the show. We score those points. Whoever has the most points at the end of the next episode, which is going to be a go back and watch one that we missed that's really highly rated, whoever wins this will announce our next show.
Yes.
We'll take a couple weeks off and then we'll come back with that.
Yep.
All right. Predictions. Season 1, Episode 1.
I had Ryder tries to overthrow his dad, Azra is real, but it's shitty, and Lydia kills Quinn and frames Sunny.
My daytime is Nick Frost shows up. Hey. Evening. Sunny betrays Quinn and leaves the Red Armadillo Lands, and my prime time is Azra actually sucks. Season 2, Episode 1, my daytime is Badgie and Sunny reconcile. Evening, MK's master has the dark gift. Prime time, MK rescues Sunny once he can control his gift.
I had Sunny escapes from the mine, Badgie actually helps him escape, and Quinn wants to use Sunny and Vale's baby to get back to being Baron.
Season 2, Episode 5, I've got Nos shows up again and gets got. Evening, we, as in the viewers, won't see Amelia again. This was true. As I made this prediction, I did specify it's not that the character never shows up again. It's that we, as the viewers of Last Time On, skipping around, will not see this character.
Yep.
And then my prime time, we get back in the Badlands by the start of Season 3.
I had Nos and crew chase Sunny. It does not go well for them. Ava chases MK but decides to join him. And Quinn leaves Lydia alive. Waldo finds her after Quinn leaves the bunker, and they team up.
Season 3, Episode 1, my daytime is Quinn is not dead. My evening is MK learns the real gift is the friendship we made along the way. And prime time is Henry gets in a kung fu fight.
Nope.
We don't know. And I did specify maybe it's a time skip or a dream sequence or something when I made that prediction. So we'll see what lies ahead for us here.
I had the Pilgrim is the big bad, the finale is them defending Azra, and Badgie ends up as Tilda's regent as she rules the Badlands at the end.
Season 3, Episode 7, Sunny's sister shows up. The Pilgrim was exiled from Azra, and Tilda dies in the finale.
And I had the boat sinks, Sunny's sister becomes Queen of Azra, and the widow sacrifices herself in the finale.
And Season 3, Episode 14, Moon dies, MK face turn, and Sunny dies.
And I had Silver Moon kills Cressida. Mm-hmm. The widow gets her gift back and uses it.
Yeah, to
to heal a dying Tilda at the cost of her own life. And Kanan shows up out of nowhere to save Sunny and ends up raising Henry.
Okay. Do we want to score any of these we know are to be true or false at this point real quick? I know I got my Nick Frost shows up.
Yeah.
Sunny betrays Quinn. Technically, we didn't see that. We saw what looked like the aftermath of that, though, but we'll see. We'll read it. We do know that Badgie and Sunny reconcile.
Yes.
We do know that MK's master has the dark gift.
Yes.
Let's see here.
I should have done what you did.
Let's see. They are in the Badlands by the start of season 3 when we go into the premiere. Let's see here. Sunny's sister does show up. Tilda does die in the finale.
No.
Oh, come on. Tilda,
She's got a heartbeat.
She had a heartbeat for a minute, and then they set bombs for 20.
They were driving away to get her help. She is not dead.
We'll see what it says at the end here.
Okay.
We know Moon doesn't die.
No.
We know MK did not have a face turn in between the last 2 episodes. And Sunny does die.
Yes, Sunny does die.
And I think that's it for me. Unless we want to count Azra actually sucks. I feel pretty confident about that one, but I guess we'll learn as we read through stuff.
I also still believe Azra is in our hearts.
You would.
Perhaps the real treasure is true friendship and the spirit of adventure.
I don't have very many that I was able to just instant give me points for.
I mean, I had a handful that I was also able to cross out immediately, and a few that I feel are going to be crossed out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Unless we find out Quinn shows up in, like, Season 3, Episode 2 before he gets glaved.
Yeah. All right. Let's go and read our synopses.
All right. So we start on the fort. We watched this one. Do we want to read the ones we watched?
Yeah, might as well for everybody back at home.
Sunny is a highly skilled fighter and the deadliest head clipper for Baron Quinn, battles the nomads to rescue a mysterious boy named MK who harbors a dark secret about his past. But when he brings him back to the fort to train as a colt, a clipper in training, things get quickly out of hand with another trainee. When first blood is drawn, MK loses control of himself as something takes over his body, making the boy valuable to an opposing Baron, the Widow. Meanwhile, Sunny discovers MK's pendant has the same image as one of his childhood compass pieces of a place called Azra, the boy's home. In order to seek out the truth about his own past, Sunny wants to know more about the city beyond the Badlands and must find a way out, especially now that his lover Vale is illegally pregnant with his child. Episode 2, Fist Like a Bullet. After wandering into the Widow's territory, MK meets the Widow's daughter Tilda, whom he follows for refuge in her mother's mansion. But it turns out to be a dangerous place since she wants to use his dark power to overthrow the other barons. Meanwhile, after Quinn's headaches are diagnosed by his longtime doctor as a tumor, he doesn't have long to live. He wants to keep the news a secret, so he orders Sunny to clip the doctor and his wife, Vale's parents, who know about their unborn baby. Fucking yikes! However, Sunny refuses, and Quinn has to murder them himself and gives him a second chance to test his loyalty. Later, when Sunny and Ryder are attacked by the Widow's nomads, MK saves Sunny's life and agrees to show them the way out of the Badlands. But Sunny has a condition. He will bring MK back to the fort for training so he can be strong enough to smuggle Vale and the baby out. Is that our retribution, Rare? Is that the betrayal? He refuses to kill his girlfriend's parents?
I don't. He seems. If you get a second chance, I don't feel like it's a betrayal.
Okay. Quinn seeks retribution against the Widow and pays the price while losing many clippers in his surprise attack. This is episode 3, White Stork Spreads Wings. MK breaks away from the cults to steal the book about Azra in the Widow's study, where Tilda sees him. Sunny begins to train MK, but he must first learn discipline, especially when he underestimates Waldo during their fight because Waldo uses a wheelchair. Oh, I bet you that was a fun fight.
Yeah.
As Ryder's life slowly fades away, Jade desperately seeks help from Vale, who reluctantly yet successfully treats him, but it results in Quinn knowing about her and Sunny's relationship. In order for Quinn to form an alliance with Jacoby, the one Baron who hates him the least, Sunny must reunite with Xhafer, Jacoby's regent, to arrange a meeting. MK brings the book to Vale to be translated, but it's in a language she does not recognize. As MK hides, Vale is interrupted by Quinn, who wants her to save him from his deadly illness.
Then we get to season 1, episode 4, Two Tigers Subdue Dragons. Sunny has to figure out how to control MK's power, especially when he gets knocked out by a single punch. Jade prepares for her wedding, and Taking Lydia's advice, she stops her relationship with Ryder, who feels broken and betrayed. Sunny finds out Vale has been helping MK translate the Azra book and treating Quinn for his tumor. Later, Quinn sets a parlay with Baron Jacoby to help him defeat the Widow after she beheads one of his clippers. Both barons meet in the City of the Dead at Cross Bends, where problems arise. MK spies a disguised Tilda and gives pursuit, and they fight. Tilda cuts him, unleashing his darkness that only she can stop. Ryder is enlisted by Xhafer, who is secretly working for the Widow, to join their cause to start a war. Waldo grants Sunny an audience with the River King, an importer of goods and cogs, to reserve a passage out of the Badlands. However, the River King demands MK's head as a payment due to MK having previously killed some of his cogs. Episode 5, Snake creeps down. Sunny finds a direction when he uses his broken compass in the Azra book's cutout. After the poppy fields are abandoned, Quinn has a migraine and puts Jade in charge to train clippers on how to harvest. In order to look for the boy at the fort, the Widow takes in Quinn's cogs, promising them freedom in return for loyalty. Waldo tells Ryder to take MK's pendant to Ryder's grandfather, Penrith, a preacher who says Azra is just a made-up story. Vale asks Quinn if he killed her parents, and he says it was Sunny's blade that ended their lives, not his. When Sunny brings Petrie and his colt, Bale, to track the Widow and her butterflies, Tilda warns MK that every time he is cut, his life force gets weaker. A fight ensues between her mother, the Widow, and Sunny, while Bale, wanting to make his first kill, fights Tilda, but meets a deadly end when MK cuts himself to save her. Alright, then we get to episode 6, Hand of Five Poisons. After his failure to finish off the Widow, Quinn suspects that Sunny is a traitor and imprisons him. Hey, there we go.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Jade frames Lydia for trying to poison her, as a result, resulting in Quinn exiling her. With no other choice, Lydia returns to Penrith and rejoins her father's congregation. Later, Tilda kidnaps Vale, asking her to treat the Widow's wounds. Vale warns Tilda that her mother does not truly love her. She leaves 2 bottles of poison and the tincture, making it Tilda's choice whether to kill her or not. Instead, Tilda confronts the Widow, who insists she's trying to save MK, and explains she was once special like him. When MK escapes, Quinn convinces him to join his ranks in return for sparing Tilda and Sunny's lives. He agrees. Sunny is freed by Waldo and urges him to leave the Badlands, but he goes in search of MK. At the dollhouse, Quinn is ambushed by Ryder, who teams up with Jacoby and Xhafer. Quinn triggers MK's abilities, and he quickly disposes of all of them. Sunny shows up, impales Quinn with his sword, and attempts to subdue MK. However, 3 abbots arrive and easily defeat them, revealing they all have the same abilities as MK, and take him away. In order to secure transportation out of the Badlands, Sunny has presented Bale's head to the River King to pass off as MK's, but the River King finds out and knows Sunny tried to cheat him. The River King captures him, intending to sell Sunny to the highest bidder.
All right, we push into Season 2, Episode 1, Tiger Pushes Mountain. We watched this one as well. 6 months later,
6 months later,
Sunny, now a picker, a miner used for slave labor, excavates coal in the Bordeaux mines far from the Badlands. He befriends Badgie, a smuggler who is shackled to him. After watching an arena fight which underperforming pickers are executed for not making their quota, Sunny plans to escape. Badgie acquires a map and wants to go with him. When Sunny refuses, Badgie betrays his true identity to the mine boss, the engineer. Meanwhile, MK undergoes training from the abbots under the tutelage of Ava. Later, MK meets the Master, who promises his freedom if he can learn to control his abilities and oversees his training. In the Badlands, Ryder, a baron following his father's presumed death, controls Quinn, Jacoby, and the Widow's territories alongside his love, Jade. During an inspection of the oil fields, the Widow and Tilda, now a regent, return. In a surprise attack, they reclaim them, kill most of Ryder's clippers, and force him to retreat. They preside over a growing army of former cogs and dolls, promising to end the Badlands feudal system and replace it with a democratic society. Tilda recruits Odessa, a former doll, and has the clippers who abuse the dolls killed. While stationed in an abandoned train station, Vale gives birth to a boy and is in the company of Quinn, who survived his impalement. Season 2, Episode 2, Force of the Eagle's Claw. After Badgie betrays Sunny, the engineer decides he doesn't like a rat for a picker, so he sends them to the fighting pit to battle his champion Mouse. Fortunately, the arena is unguarded. They defeat their foe, make it to the exit, and escape through the mine's ventilation system. They find themselves in the outlying territories with a wall separating them from the Badlands. Meanwhile, Tilda learns how to be a proper regent from Waldo, who is working for the widow. Lydia is living with Pernith and his totemus. All is peaceful until nomads interrupt a wedding looking for goods. Lydia takes it upon herself to save the religious group by killing all of the bandits herself, resulting in her father's disapproval due to his non-violent beliefs. She is once again cast out and returns to Ryder, who doesn't receive her kindly. Also, the Master sends MK to her room of mirrors in order to conquer his inner demon, himself.
Oh.
Later, while hiding out in an abandoned West Avalon transit station, Quinn performs a bloody baptism on Vale's son Henry, who he proclaims is the Badlands' newest heir.
Oh.
Season 2, Episode 3, Red Sun, Silver Moon.
Uh-oh.
While wandering the outlying territories, Sunny and Badgie find a bridge that leads into the Badlands, but it is guarded by a stranger, and they've been followed by bounty hunters. The stranger lends them a helping hand defeating the bounty hunters and gives them shelter. They learn it's the legendary Clipper Regent Nathaniel Moon, aka Silver Moon, who, like Sunny, left the Badlands to live a violence-free life. After he fell in love with a warlord's daughter, he started a family, but they were murdered. Bad luck, dude.
Yeah.
Now he hunts fugitives, returning to his violent ways. He tries to convince Sunny that men like them never change. Well. Meanwhile, the widow asks Waldo to be her second at the Baron Conclave instead of Tilda, but she is in charge if she doesn't return. Vale lies to Quinn about his prognosis by switching out his x-rays with healthy ones. MK discovers that the Abbotts are up to something when his friend Tate is experimented on, draining his abilities. Later, Silver Moon, still searching for his 1,000th kill, sees Sunny as a worthy opponent. He challenges Sunny to a fight to the death, or to put him out of his misery by ending his life. That is what a fight to the death means, Wikipedia. Sunny continues on his quest to find his family and does not want to be his executioner. Badgie comes to his aid.
All right, then Episode 4, Palm of the Iron Fox. Quinn puts his plan in motion to start anew and sets off with his clippers. Meanwhile, before the conclave voting ceremony, the widow tries to get Baron Chow on her side and thinks about her condition of pledging not to shelter any more runaway cogs at her sanctuary. Later, MK takes one of the Master's opium-infused origami and returns to the Room of Mirrors, this time to find out what happened to his mother, but learns that her blood is on his hands. When Quinn is off on his mission, Vale, trapped at the transit station alone with lone clipper Edgar, tries to escape with Henry in her arms by drugging him. However, he blocks her only way out. During the conclave, the 5 remaining barons vote the widow in breach of the Foundation Treaty, stripped of her baron title and her lands and privilege. Stripped of her baron title and her lands and privileges are revoked. They give her 48 hours to vacate the Badlands, but she has no intention of giving it up, and a baronial showdown, nice word Wikipedia, is about to begin. Just then, Quinn makes a dramatic entrance and goes after Ryder, killing his son in the middle of his hedge maze.
Ooh, that's fun.
In the end, Tilda shows up at the melee and helps Waldo and her mother fight for a cog-free world. Episode 5, Monkey Leaps Through the Mist. With Ryder dead, the other surviving barons have fled, gone underground. Jade, the only successor, is sworn in as baron by her regent Merrick, and declares war. She then turns to Lydia for help in finding Quinn. However, Lydia has one condition. She gets to kill Quinn herself. Meanwhile, Badgie takes Sunny to Nos, the commandant of the Mechs, or metal traders, to trade Silver Moon's sword for a shortcut back to the Badlands. Sunny learns from the leader that Quinn is still alive. During their overnight stay, a doll named Portia visits Sunny, asking him to kill Nos so her young daughter Amelia will not lead a life of prostitution. He refuses at first, but after seeing Portia's face mutilated and her stabbed, he and Badgie steal the ride, bringing the mother and daughter along with them. Also, while training, MK escapes the abbots and disguises himself with clothes from a corpse that was hanged nearby. So I guess he didn't know that person.
Yeah, okay.
Later, the widow ignores Waldo's advice to either align with the barons who tried to kill her or lose everything she built, instead aligning herself with Quinn. Lydia and the Clippers seek out Quinn, but the bunker doors are booby-trapped, and she loses most of her men. In the commotion, Vale finds her way out of the transit station and flees from Quinn, who is having hallucinations of his dead son.
Ghost Rider.
Yes, Ghost Rider. Then we get season 2, episode 6, Leopard Stalks in Snow. In the aftermath of the transit station explosion, Lydia loses all her men and is captured by Quinn, who offers her a chance to avenge their son with a dagger to his heart. Unlike Ryder, she doesn't hesitate, but Quinn stops her hand from the killing blow, then has an intimate moment. Well, after their escape from the mechs, meanwhile, after their escape from the mechs, Badgie and Sunny go to Portia's healer friend, located in a Gasper...
Addicts Opium Den.
Was it Gasper Addicts?
Gasper's capitalized, so I'm guessing that is a, term for a job
or a drug. Okay.
Or a drug, yeah.
Located in a Gasper Addicts Opium Den. Vale finds temporary solace at the Widow's sanctuary, but the Widow makes an unholy alliance with Quinn and hands her and baby Henry over to him.
Boo.
Also, Tilda gets closer to Odessa by telling her why she calls Minerva Mother, and they share an intimate moment witnessed by Waldo. Later, Ava finds MK, she chased after him,
yep,
who seems to have lost his power after a skirmish with a nomad, leaving him bloody. They make camp at an old world hotel left abandoned during Christmas, 2024. Sunny and MK reunite, but he's followed by 3 abbots, Cyan, Ramona, and Dury, seeking out MK's darkness with an Azrian device. A melee ensues, and they're quickly defeated until Badgie shows up, revealing his secret of being an abbot in another life.
He did have magic the whole time.
We all know how much you like to say, I told you so.
Ava dies from her injuries after saving MK, while Sunny suddenly collapses from a mysterious blow to the chest. Hey, Ava does follow and join up with MK.
Yeah. I'll do the next 4 just for the sake of convenience, since that's the end of the season.
Fair enough.
We got season 2, episode 7, Blackheart White Mountain. After a dying Cyan attacked him with the hand of 5 poisons, a poisoned and comatose Sunny is trapped in a nightmare in which he must confront his inner demons. Lots of that in this show.
Yeah.
In the dream, he is living a simple life as a farmer with Vale and Henry, who has grown into a boy. Kung fu fight, kung fu fight, kung fu fight. Things quickly escalate as the poison seeps through his body, causing all the victims he clipped, including a girl named Artemis, to kill him. Badgie and MK infiltrate the Abbot Monastery to gather medical supplies and special needles in order to revive Sunny, along with Sunny's Azra compass that Badgie secretly steals. Later, Badgie explains his departure from the monastery. He had a loving relationship with his novice Flea. Did she play bass for the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Who has dark abilities similar to MK and wishes to find her. Meanwhile, Quinn and the Widow assault Jade's palace in order to exile her from the Badlands. Episode 8, Sting of the Scorpion's Tail. Quinn and the Widow prove their alliance by presenting their gifts, Baron Hassan and Baron Broadmoor's heads.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, Badgie gets Sunny and MK out of the outlying territories and through a wall into the Badlands, but it comes at a price when they're captured by Baron Chow's Clippers. However, Sunny devises a plan to get them out by proposing to Chow he knows how to lure the Widow out. He becomes Chow's regent, slips Badgie the cell key to his freedom, and delivers MK to the Widow in order to find Quinn's hideout. Man, that's a lot of intrigue for an episode.
Yeah.
Sunny and the Widow's reunion is a bloody one as they work together alongside MK and Tilda fighting the Clippers. Later, Vale is forced to marry Quinn so she can help raise Henry, grooming him as his heir to the baroncy. Their consummation is interrupted by a report that Sunny is alive and has joined forces with the Widow and is coming to find Quinn.
Oh, it's on.
Too many ands. Episode 9, Nightingale Sings No More. Ugh, someone's dying. 20 years ago, Badgie, an abbot, is tasked with training a new novice who, due to her powerful gift, is brought to the monastery in a large chest. Oh, hey, we saw an MK in one of those.
Yeah.
She breaks free and Badgie has to subdue her, and because of her small size, he nicknames her Flea. However, her name is Minerva,
Oh,
and she carries the book of Azra that's been in her family for generations? What?
Badgie and Minerva?
What? Didn't we make that a let's get weird
I don't know.
about who the father is for Minerva? Yeah.
Maybe.
Man, that's crazy. What is going on? Okay. We might have to go back and watch this one regardless of the ratings.
Yeah.
Okay. We're getting through it. Back in the present, Sonny aligns with the widow, who offers him and MK, now without his abilities, sanctuary. The widow plans to attack Quinn's bunker, but Quinn sets his young clipper Gabriel, strapped with a suicide bomb, to deliver Sonny a message about Vale, and learns that the widow traded her to Quinn. In the chaos of the explosion, Sonny escapes and runs into Badgie, telling him to get MK out and meet him at the bunker. Badgie reunites with Minerva, but it's not the reunion he wanted, since he and MK are captured, trying to steal the Azra book. Later, Tilda confronts the widow about how she's become just like the rest of the Barons, power-hungry and sacrificing innocent lives. The two fight, and Tilda is defeated.
Dang.
Our Season 2 finale, Wolf's Breath Dragon Fire. When MK remains in the widow's clutches, forcing him to get his gift back, Odessa frees Badgie and a crippled Tilda from captivity with the aid of Waldo. Badgie helps Sonny in his assault on Quinn's bunker. During the assault, Badgie is wounded by one of Quinn's lieutenants before disappearing, and Lydia is saved from execution. Meanwhile, Sonny is reunited with Vale and fights a final battle with Quinn. Badly wounded, Quinn grabs Vale and tries to take her hostage and gives him an ultimatum. Either Sonny will give him Henry, or he will kill Vale. Refusing to let Quinn have the upper hand, Vale fatally impales both himself and Quinn on his own sigh.
Damn.
With her dying breath, Vale implores Sonny to raise their son to be good. Later, an injured Badgie rides Sonny's motorcycle to a derelict communication tower and reactivates it with the Azra compass, sending out Morse code before collapsing from his stab wound.
Dang.
Okay, so some stuff happened. Quinn is dead. I
Yes.
can mark that off. Quinn, MK rescues Sonny once controlling his gift. I would argue that he has probably rescued Sonny in some of this stuff, but I don't think he's in control of his gift, and it's not really what I meant, so I will forego that point. Nas shows up again, gets got, has not happened. And then
We can just
everything
go over
else
these
is going
once we
forward.
finish.
Yeah. Azra actually sucks, though.
Then we have Season 3, Episode 1, Enter the Phoenix. It's been 6 months
6 months later.
since Sonny returned to the Badlands, which is now ravaged by civil war between the only two remaining barons, the Widow and Chow. Sonny reunites with Badgie to seek a cure for his infant son Henry, who has the gift. Enfia Baba and Tilda, now known as the Iron Rabbit, and her band of thieves are stealing from the Widow and protecting Lydia in a totemist camp. Meanwhile, MK is being held captive by the Widow, who is trying to restore his power. She also recruits Moon, who is in hiding following his fight with Sonny, which left him with one hand. Episode 2, Moon Rises, Raven Seeks. After receiving Badgie's signal, Pilgrim, the self-styled son of Azra, along with his acolytes, travels a long way in search for a new kingdom in the Badlands. They find such a place in a ruined castle on an island, which contains a natural history museum. Moon joins the Widow as her regent, and gets a cool hat, and is tasked with finding Badgie, who is still vital in the war effort. Sonny learns that he passed the gift to his son Henry. He and Badgie seek help from Lydia, who tell them about Ankara, the Mad Witch, who possesses knowledge about the Dark Ones. Wanting answers, they set out north to her rumored location at Vulture's Peak. Later, the Widow struggles to control MK, who tries to kill himself with opium. She demands the Iron Rabbit's head, not realizing her adversary is Tilda. Then, Episode 3, Leopard Snares Rabbit. Moon raids Tilda's refugee camp on orders to capture the Iron Rabbit, and takes Odessa hostage to lure her out. Lydia decides to play both sides and partners with the Widow as her viceroy, and she takes over Quinn's mansion. Meanwhile, disguised as the widow's clippers, Sunny and Badgie make their way to the front lines and leave Henry with a healer while they find a way out of the war zone in search for a cure. Tilda confronts her mother and makes her a deal she'll return in exchange for MK's freedom. MK regains his gift. Then we got episode 4, Blind Cannibal Assassins.
Ooh.
How about we just watch that episode?
Let's read the description first, but right now, interested.
While traveling through the wasteland, Sunny and Badgie are confronted by a band of blind cannibals. They are former renegade clippers who were tracked down and blinded by Quinn's forces, which included Sunny when he was a colt. They join forces with Moon, who was also captured by the assassins, and his honor is satisfied when he spares Sunny's life because of his son. Baron Chow enlists her imprisoned brother Gaius to clip Pilgrim, who is recruiting cogs from her territory. Meanwhile, the widow and Lydia try to befriend the Pilgrim and save his life in the process during Chow's attack. Later, MK goes on the run, intending to kill Sunny, believing he murdered his mother.
Cut over to Season 3, Episode 5, Carry Tiger to Mountain. Missing a "the" there. Sunny and Badgie reach Vulture's Peak and seek help from the reclusive witch Ankara, who temporarily heals Henry's darkness. She tells Sunny someone powerful dispelled his gift as a child, and in doing so, made him a catalyst from where the dark gift flows through him. She declares that Sunny might be the most powerful of them all.
Ooh.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Nick saves MK in the forest and later meets Pilgrim, who he wants to use his powers to usher in a new era of blood and chaos in the name of Azra. The widow confronts Gaius, Chow's brother, and an acquaintance from her past when she served his father as Chow's cog. He agrees to help fight his sister's clippers, who, along with Castor, ransacked Tilda's refugee camp. Episode 6, Black Wind Howls. While making their way through an unsavory part of the Badlands full of pirates and thieves,
Yarr.
Sunny and Badgie meet Lily, Badgie's ex-wife turned smuggler. She reluctantly agrees to take them on her boat to find the new Azra. During the night, Sunny has visions of himself as a boy on board Lily's boat, which once belonged to the River King. They soon encounter River Kings seeking their bounties, but form a temporary alliance. Tilda rejoins her mother after Chow took some refugees, and the two meet up with Pilgrim. The widow gives Pilgrim her captive, the injured Castor, as a peace offering. However, MK, now on Pilgrim's side, Pilgrim consoles Castor and then kills him by snapping his neck.
Yep.
Called that. All right. We go to episode 7, Dragonfly's Last Dance. We watched this one.
Mm-hmm.
Sunny and Badgie work with the River King to secure passage to Pilgrim's Fortress. However, Sunny learns that as a child he was on a boat that was attacked by the Black Lotus, a group of fearsome warriors looking for him. Sunny seeks out Captain Udo, the last survivor, who tells him about the massacre and that he had a sister who protected him. Meanwhile, the widow faces a mutiny from her butterflies and bowlers. That's okay. They are called bowlers. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Who are tired of sacrificing life and limb from the war with Baron Chow. Under the leadership of Ren, a former fighter, they hold her and Gaius captive. However, Lydia negotiates an armistice with the turncoats and seeks out Moon and Tilda to rescue them. Back on the river, when the River King tries to sell Sunny to the Black Lotus, Sunny kills him, and Lily takes over to become the River Queen. Episode 8, Leopard Catches Cloud. Sunny and Badgie arrive at Pilgrim's Fortress, but they do not receive a warm welcome. Sunny fights an angry MK, who makes him remember he killed his mother as a clipper. After surviving the melee, Sunny meets Pilgrim and learns that his real name is Sanzo, and in order to cure his son, they must open the Meridian Chamber, an ancient underground vault from the old world which Pilgrim's acolytes recently unearthed. Badgie discovers they want to make an army of Dark Ones for a new Azra, but Sunny feels he has no choice until Henry is cured. Pilgrim explains that Sunny is the key to unlocking Azra's power, and then cures Henry by transferring the child's gift to himself. Later, the widow, Gaius, and Tilda storm Whitebone, Chow's mansion, while Moon battles her troops, and Lydia holds the line against a counterattack.
We then get to episode 9, Chamber of the Scorpion. The widow is taken to the mountain by the Master, who shows that even though they are fighting different battles, they must work together to defeat the Pilgrim, who has taken the gift from Henry. Meanwhile, with Henry cured, Sonny decides to leave Pilgrim's fortress and frees Badgie, who has been kept prisoner. Gaius and Tilda find that Chow is alive, but no trace of the widow. Believing he is now a god, Pilgrim transfers the gift to 8 of his followers, who he now calls Azra's Harbingers. Badgie kills one of his dark-eyed Harbingers in a fight for survival, and Sonny helps him escape. Later, Sonny destroys the Meridian Chamber, but he is caught by the vengeful MK, who takes him to Pilgrim. Pilgrim mercilessly attacks Sonny with his new powers, and then throws him through a window into the water far below. 10. Raven Feathers Phoenix Blood. After agreeing to help the Master to save the world from Pilgrim, the widow is rendered unconscious and sent on a quest to regain her gift. This vision takes place in an alternate reality where the widow is a baron known as the Crimson-Garbed Phoenix, who rules the Badlands with a deadly fist.
I wish I got you last time. On guard. I'll let you try my Wu-Tang style.
With Gaius Chow as her right-hand man, she tries to locate a mysterious baron named the Raven, who is actually the widow herself. A battle ensues, which is the manifestation of the widow's reconciling the light and dark sides of her personality. Meanwhile, Sonny survived the battle with Pilgrim and hides out in an abandoned department store. He is found by Nyx, who has come to question the Pilgrim's cause, and she helps him survive in a fight against pursuing Harbingers. Episode 11, The Boar and the Butterfly. Nyx helps Sonny in his temporary hideout in the abandoned store, and she agrees to help him find Ankara the Mad Witch. MK shows up, but they get the better of him and escape. Tilda and Gaius sneak into his mother's fortress, and Tilda brutally kills her mother. Wait, what?
I'm guessing her actual mother.
Okay.
Or possibly the Mad Witch's mother.
Yeah.
Or, it's Gaius's mother's fortress. So Tilda kills Gaius's mom. Yes.
No, kills her mother.
Duh. Okay.
So we don't know who Tilda's actual mother is, but yeah. Tilda kills her. The Master reunites the widow and Badgie, who have a therapeutic showdown. Ankara is found wounded by the Black Lotus and taken to a nearby city by Sonny and Nyx. Badgie and the widow arrive at the city, where a fight breaks out between Sonny and the widow. Pilgrim and his Harbingers make their way to the monastery to get more recruits for his dark-eyed army, as per MK's intel. And then 12, Cobra Fang Panther Claw. Pilgrim and his Harbingers arrive at the monastery and battle the abbots, making short work of them. A fight breaks out between the Pilgrim and the Master when she refuses to give up the Dark Ones she put to sleep. Pilgrim gets the upper hand, turning off the Master's gift, but spares her. Pilgrim and MK find the secret to waking up the sleepers. Sonny, Badgie, the widow, and Nyx transport Ankara the Mad Witch back to the monastery while the Black Lotus tracks them. The widow leaves to find Tilda and Gaius when Ankara shows her a vision of them being tortured, and Nyx comes along. Tilda and Gaius head to the location where the Baron Chow's hideout in an abandoned circus. Oh, I'm sure that was fun.
Yeah.
But it's a trap, and Chow tortures them both for information. The widow faces off with Baron Chow, beheading her in the end of the fight to save Tilda and Gaius. The Black Lotus, along with Ankara, arrive at the barn Badgie and Sonny are, and attacks them. Ankara tells Sonny that he needs his sister in order to defeat Pilgrim. Sonny and Badgie get incapacitated with flashbangs, and Ankara is killed. They take Sonny, but when Badgie wakes up, he is stabbed through the abdomen and breathes his last breaths.
Badgie dies?
Badgie dies.
Running anymore, father?
This ends now, Badgie.
Man. So this is the last 4 episodes. This next one here, season 3, episode 13, is the highest rated episode on IMDb. It is tied with season 1, episode 6, Hand of the Five Poisons.
Okay.
So these are 2 that we would be up for watching. It'd be the recommended if we didn't want to pick one of the other ones.
All right.
All right. Episode 13, Black Lotus White Rose. Sunny is brought into a large prison called Razor Ridge, which is a Black Lotus outpost. Magnus tells Sunny that Badgie is dead before his sister comes out of the shadows. She's with the Black Lotus and not dead, as Ankara told him. Sunny doesn't believe her until she touches his forehead to unlock some of his memories. Her name is Kanan. We see a young Sunny and a young Pilgrim practicing together. We see Azra, and it is beautiful. Magnus says that the Dark Ones were the ones that destroyed the old world. Young Sunny and young Pilgrim receive their Azra pendants as the guardians of Azra. Sunny's dad then receives a message and takes Sunny with him to the courtyard where 3 Black Lotus are being held on their knees. When they won't speak, Sunny's dad goes dark and kills 2 of them. He then sets a timer on a rock and tells Sunny that if he doesn't tell them how he got there and before time runs out, Sunny is going to kill him. He tells young Sunny that killing is his destiny, and when the boy says he doesn't want to do it, turns out that Ankara is not quite dead, and she uses the last of her powers to revive Badgie. He's alive. Pilgrim is bleeding black from his eyes from using the gift. He welcomes the new recruits who are sleeping. That sounds like a fucking mess.
Yeah.
We got episode 14, Curse of the Red Rain.
Who watched that one?
Cressida confronts Lydia and Moon about their failure to deliver upon her request. The widow sticks a sword to her throat and proclaims her as a prisoner. Back at the monastery, Badgie discovers that Pilgrim has woken up the sleepers, and Sunny is now concerned about getting back to Henry. Kanan tells them that she knows a way back into the Badlands, but Badgie isn't sure he trusts her. Sunny insists that they should go. Word reaches Pilgrim that Cressida has been taken, and he is ready to go on the warpath. Minerva is pregnant. Cressida from her cell carries out a blood ritual, and large red storm clouds appear and rain blood all over the fort and the people in it. Sunny, Badgie, and Kanan reach the end of the trail and arrive at the sea. Kanan has lied to them and asks that they leave. Sunny and Badgie leave with Sunny wanting to get Henry back. Cressida kills Lydia.
Yep.
Episode 15, Requiem for the Fallen. Pilgrim's remaining forces breach into Widow's compound and he beheads Nyx. Kanan attempts to get Cressida to recognize the Pilgrim's stolen gift has corrupted his soul and driven him insane. Pilgrim steals Kanan's gift, leaving her unable to defeat him and restore Sunny's gift. However, Cressida looks into the future and discovers a dead world that Pilgrim calls his new Azra before killing her. The widow learns that she is pregnant by Gaius and contemplates whether or not to keep the child, while MK, heavily scarred from the explosion, becomes vengeful toward the widow. To fight Pilgrim, Sunny, Badgie, and Gaius attempt to recruit the Black Lotus, but Magnus refuses and initiates a fight. With Kanan's help, the Black Lotus are defeated, and Kanan snaps Magnus's neck before demanding the Black Lotus join with them.
All right.
Seven Strike is One, our finale we reviewed last week. Pilgrim furthers his crusade, now determined that anyone who refuses the gift will die. Frightened by her vision and disillusioned by Pilgrim's growing insanity, Cressida takes the sacred scrolls and flees, narrowly escaping an attempt by Moon on her life. As Sunny, Badgie, Kanan, and the Black Lotus attack Pilgrim's fortress, the Widow, Tilda, and Gaius attempt to destroy the Meridian Chamber, but are confronted by vengeful MK. After MK inadvertently severely wounds Tilda, the Widow's anger reactivates her gift and she kills MK before she and Gaius blow up the chamber as they leave to get Tilda help. Pilgrim's army is defeated, but he proves to be more than a match for Sunny, Badgie, and Kanan. After Sunny is mortally wounded, the three come together to finally defeat Pilgrim, who is killed by Sunny before he dies. In the realm between life and death, Sunny is greeted by the Master, who reveals that Sunny's own gift has reactivated in his last moments and will bring him back to life and time. However, the Master warns of a greater threat than the Pilgrim that is emerging, one that is more powerful and insidious than any human. In the ruins of the Meridian Chamber, Eli, one of MK's friends, discovers a weapon from the old world, a working gun that he tests fires.
So I pulled out my gun.
There's no way that gun works, right?
Yeah.
It's literally, you see sand pouring out of the bullet chamber. Like,
it was in mud.
Yeah.
Like, unless it's an AK. Because I have seen videos of people just like dipping an AK-47 in mud, pulling it out and shooting it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go over anything that hasn't scored. Azra actually sucks. It sounds like past Azra was great.
Yes.
And actually a paradise. But new Azra is the Pilgrim killing everyone, which sucks.
Yeah.
I am both right and wrong. I
seemed
will,
like
as a matter
Azra
of honor, defer to you.
It seemed like Azra was cool, and then it was destroyed by the Black Lotus.
Yeah.
So Azra, as it is now, sucks.
Do I get a point or not? I will leave it up to you. I could see an equal argument for both, and I will not be upset either way.
I'm going to say you get the point.
Okay, I'll take the point. Okay, I also have Naz shows up again, gets got. Does not happen.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the start of that next episode.
You know what we can do is there is a Into the Badlands wiki.
And just, like, start looking people up?
I'll just look up Naz real quick. And just see if he shows up ever again if he's only in one episode.
Like, it looks like he's going to chase.
Naz, maybe N-O-S.
Yeah, NOS.
Okay. One episode.
Oh, damn. Okay. So we didn't get our Mad Max episode.
We didn't. MK learns that the real gift is the friendship we make along the way.
No, he learned it. The real gift is getting stabbed in the face. But Ava chases MK and decides to join him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get some points, buddy.
Quinn leaves Lydia alive. Waldo finds her. Nope. That didn't happen.
The Pilgrim was exiled from Azra. It sounds like that is not the case. It sounds like Azra was attacked and he escaped.
Yeah.
Henry was not in a kung fu fight.
No.
To my eternal disappointment.
This isn't my world. Disappointed!
Some of these they're just wrong. I can make a case for Azra being in your heart. It wasn't a physical place we saw. I'm actually really sad about this one. I thought for sure Badgie was sinking that boat. I did a lot better in Breaking Bad.
This show is very predictable. Okay, the Badlands Wikipedia page for Tilda says it is unknown if she ultimately survived.
So, she's alive.
Or she's dead. It's Schrodinger's Tilda. We'll see if it matters. We'll see if the point totals matter, if it's within 3, and we'll go from there.
Okay, the only one that might be a quibble for me, Kanan shows up out of nowhere, yes, to save Sonny, and ends up raising Henry. Now, Badgie says, I will raise him.
Badgie says, I will raise him, and he also explicitly says Minerva and Gaius are to raise him.
Yes, but do you think Kanan is just going to not be around with her nephew?
100%. She don't give a fuck.
I think
she watched them walk away on the beach when her ploy
and then went
failed.
After them. I don't know. I think she will be around to raise Henry.
I think that is an optimistic view of family that doesn't exist in this unit. If it wasn't for the raising Henry bit, 100%. But I don't think she raises Henry.
Okay. Do you have your total?
I do. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to tell you?
Give me. Mine's gonna be real low, so
I got 18.
Yeah, you won.
I got 3 of my prime times right.
It's because your prime times are easy.
I
always take an extra turn with my prime times.
I got half of them wrong.
Maybe I shouldn't do that.
I did get half of them wrong, and I will say one of my prime times was literally one of your evenings, but we also don't confer beforehand.
No.
So,
if my math is right, I got 4 points.
Wow. Okay.
So, Xhafer, you will be picking the next episode.
Yeah, I got 3 daytime, 3 evening, and 3 prime time.
I got 2 daytime and 1 evening.
Okay. So I will get to pick the next show, but before we get there, we have to determine what episode we're going to go back and watch. So our candidates are Season 1, Episode 6, and Season 3, Episode 13, which are both tied at 8.6s on Wikipedia. Or not on Wikipedia, on IMDb. And then the one that we had called out going to see
Was the blind cannibal one.
was Blind Cannibal and Nightingale Sings No More. Nightingale Sings No More is number 4 best episode in the show and at 8.5 on IMDb. Let's see where Cannibal
Is Cannibal one really bad?
It's not in the top 10. Let me get to it. What episode number was that? Season 3, episode 4. It's an 8.2.
Okay. So it's not, I was worried it was like a 3.2, and it's like, ooh, you did not live up to the promise of the premise, my friends.
You did not. Okay, so how are we feeling on this?
I want to go back to season 1.
You want to go back to season 1?
Yeah.
You want to do the season 1 finale, Hand of the Five Poisons?
I do.
Okay, well, that's what we'll watch next week, when then I will reveal what our next show is. But until then, we have to take a minute and thank Ripe for their lovely song, Goon Squad. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate getting to use that as our theme music. We love the song, and we really appreciate getting to use it. You can find more of their music online, anywhere you stream stuff. Just find them Ripe. They're everywhere.
And we want to thank you, Annette Lucina, for your photograph of a TV that we have used for our podcast art. Thank you for using Creative Commons so we can make our artwork. And we'll see you next time on Last Time On.